I want to address the attack and the kidnapping of 4 Americans in Mexico on Friday. I've been briefed by the FBI, which is working with Mexican authorities, and senior department officials are working closely with our counterparts at the State Department. During this difficult time, I want to offer my deepest sympathies to the families of the Americans who were attacked and kidnapped.
Shaeed Woodard, Latavia Washington McGee, Eric Williams, and Zindell Brown. During a trip to Mexico, 4 close friends who grew up together in South Carolina were fired upon by gunmen and kidnapped in a Mexican city just across the Texas border on Friday. 2 were killed, while the other 2 survivors, who included a mother of 6 who reportedly hoped to get a cosmetic medical procedure in the country, are recovering in a Texas hospital. The attack took place in the city of Matamoros, in the state of Tamaulipas, which is under a do not travel to advisory on the U.S. Department of State's website due to crime and kidnapping. Mexican authorities have arrested 1 person in connection with the case, a 24-year-old man identified only as Jose N., who was allegedly guarding the victims at a wooden house in the Lagunona area outside of Matamoros. Tamaulipas Attorney General Irving Barrios Mojica said in a tweet that the kidnapping appeared to be a case of mistaken identity and that the group of Americans may have been confused with a rival Haitian gang. Latavia Washington McGee. Washington McGee, a 35-year-old mother of 6 from Myrtle Beach, went to Mexico for a medical procedure, her second time in 2 to 3 years traveling to the country for that reason, her mother told CNN. Burgess spoke to her daughter Tuesday as she recovered in a Texas hospital. She was crying. I asked her how she was doing. She was doing okay. She was crying because her brother, cousin Shaeed Woodard, got killed, and she watched him die, Burgess told the network. She watched 2 of them die. They died in front of her. In an interview with CNN on Wednesday morning, Burgess recalled what her daughter said about the kidnapping. They were driving through, and a van came up and hit them, and that's when they started shooting at the car, shooting inside the van, Burgess told CNN. She said the others tried to run and they got shot at the same time. They all got shot at the same time. Eric Williams. Williams, 38, was shot 3 times in his leg. Williams is now out of surgery and is talking strong and everything. He's doing better than what he was. He's just upset about his friend getting killed right in front of him. Shaeed Woodard, 33, worked at a hotel in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, was a devoted uncle to many nephews and nieces. Zindell Brown, who lived in Myrtle Beach, was bonded like glue to his friends, with whom he traveled to Mexico. Zindell knew the trip could be dangerous. Zindell kept saying, "We shouldn't go down," his sister, Zelandria Brown, told CNN.
2 of 4 missing Americans are back in the United States and receiving medical treatment in Texas after being kidnapped in Mexico, after what a U.S. official tells CNN was a case of mistaken identity. 2 members of the party were found dead, and one of the survivors is severely injured with a bullet wound to his leg, according to U.S. and Mexican officials. In the party of 4, Latavia Washington McGee and Eric Williams survived. Zindell Brown and Shaeed Woodard were killed. They crossed the border from Brownsville, Texas into Matamoros, Mexico on Friday for McGee to obtain a medical procedure, according to a friend of McGee's. They drove a white minivan with North Carolina plates across the border and got lost while trying to locate the medical clinic where they were headed, the friend told CNN. Before they were able to locate the clinic, disturbing video shows the aftermath of the kidnapping as heavily armed men loaded them into a white truck and transported them to various locations to evade capture, according to Mexican officials.
Se va a buscar a los responsables.
The Mexican president saying today during a news conference that those responsible will be found and punished. A U.S. official familiar with the investigation told CNN they believe a Mexican cartel kidnapped the group after mistaking them for Haitian drug smugglers. Mexico's president saying the Americans were caught in a confrontation between 2 groups. The State Department has issued its highest level 4 warning: do not travel to Tamaulipas state, where the group was abducted, due to heavy crime and kidnapping in the region.
There are many people who cross over that border for these medical appointments.
Attacks on U.S. citizens are unacceptable, no matter where or under what circumstances they occur.
McGee and Williams are now under the care of the FBI, and U.S. officials are making arrangements to bring home the bodies of Brown and Woodard.
Our immediate concerns are for the safe return of our citizens.
The Gulf Cartel, Grupo Escorpiones, strongly condemns the events of Friday, March 3rd, in which unfortunately an innocent working mother died and 4 American citizens were kidnapped, of which 2 died. A translation of a letter from the cartel says, "For this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved and directly responsible for the events, who at all times acted under their own determination and indiscipline, and against the rules in which the CDG has always operated." The cartel condemned the violence in a letter obtained by the Associated Press. A senior law enforcement official told NBC News that U.S. authorities believe the letter is legitimate. Have you heard about this? You have now. I'll see you in the comments, beautiful people.